Elizabethville Airport welcomed the traveler to free Katanga, and a periodical show of force by Katanga police and their Belgian officers advertises Tshombe's authority for the benefit of newcomers. Police at the airport and troops in the town help maintain the morale of the many Belgians who have stayed in Katanga under Tshombe's promise of protection. But just in case there should be any faint hearts, Tshombe has issued a general mobilization order. He told reporters its main effect would be to keep at their posts the white technicians, mining men, and other employees without whose presence the copper bottom would fall out of Katanga's economy. Behind Tshombe, behind every black minister in Katanga, is a Belgian advisor. It is the white officers and non-coms who give Tshombe's army its strength. Tshombe's mobilization decree may have prevented a mass exodus of whites like that which followed the Congo's declaration of independence. But white confidence in Katanga is rarely based only on the presence of whites in the administration and the army. Taxes, gladly paid by Katanga's copper bosses, helped to buy the Rhodesian racehorses on which Tshombe has mounted his household cavalry, the shining helmets from the surplus stores of France's Garde Civile, and the powerful British motorcycles which were specially flown in for Tshombe's personal escort of outriders. Brass bands and the braggadocio have brought Tshombe a long way. The image of an omnipotent, benevolent big brother has been carefully built up. Tshombe gives his public plenty of circuses to keep their minds off more pressing realities. And on every possible occasion, the Katanga flag with its copper cross is flourished as a symbol of the new, narrower nationalism that Tshombe is trying to evoke. Katanga's income from the copper mines has bought more practical things, too. Today, Tshombe has the best of the Congo armies. His soldiers face the UN force well-equipped, well-officered, and spoiling for a scrap. The less experienced blacks in Tshombe's army have been stiffened by the infusion of a hard core of white mercenaries, mainly Belgian, but also French, British, and German, most of them professional soldiers glad of a well-paying job. Katanga's copper has bought fighting vehicles and guns for Tshombe's army, modern guns as good as any at the disposal of the UN forces. And it's bought an air force. A fleet of light reconnaissance planes, a couple of troop carriers, half a dozen helicopters, and 3 French jet fighters now fly under the insignia of the Copper Cross. Belgian pilots and ground staff keep them flying. In a U.S.-manufactured Sikorsky helicopter bought from the Belgian airline surplus stocks in the Congo, Tshombe flew in to inspect his victorious troops. This was Bukrama, northern Katanga rail junction captured by flying columns of Tshombe's troops which pushed up the railroad track from Elizabethville, brushing aside small UN units in their path and ruthlessly burning rebel Baluba villages along the way. For Tshombe, 'twas a famous victory, made possible mainly by the men who are known in Katanga as les affreux, the frightful ones, the tough expatriate white officers and non-coms who are bringing discipline and training to the Katanga army. But there is another force to be reckoned with in Tshombe's private army, the irregulars. Their uniform, a ragged mixture of army cast-offs and civilian oddments, their weapons, a variety of muskets, muzzle loaders, and machetes. Some of the muskets are believed to have drifted in from the United States as surplus from the Civil War. These men may not be much to look at. They would certainly be no match for trained soldiers in a stand-up fight. But if Tshombe does manage to inspire them with the patriotism he is trying to build up in Katanga, they could be tough opponents in the hide-and-seek ambush warfare to which the Congo jungle lends itself. Tshombe has ordered a troop standstill. This has been interpreted as a climb down in the face of the UN ultimatum. But it's more likely that right now it suits Tshombe to sit tight, consolidating his hold on the strategically important railroad to the north and building up his forces for the struggle ahead. Moïse Tshombe knows that he can't hope to win a war against the United Nations, but he may try to win some battles and so be able to bargain from greater strength when eventually he is forced into political negotiation.